So what we're going to learn today is the sustantivos, the nouns. Okay, so what is a noun? Nouns are words that represent people. In Spanish is personas, animals. In Spanish is animales. Places. In Spanish is lugares. Objects. In Spanish is objetos. And feelings. En Spanish son sentimientos. Okay, so nouns are separated into 3 classifications. So los sustantivos are classified in 3 clasificaciones. Nouns. Okay, the first one is between proper and common. So in Spanish is propio y común. So proper, it's basically that they're specific when they're separated. And common, so in general. Okay, so the examples for propio. So a rule that you're supposed to know is that all proper nouns, todos los sustantivos propios, start with a capital letter. And all common nouns or sustantivos comunes start with a lower case letter. So some examples for proper nouns or sustantivos propios are, for example, a name of a place o un nombre de un lugar, como Paris, Paris. As you can see, it starts with a capital letter, the capital letter P. An example for a common noun or sustantivos comunes is tienda. Tienda is shop or shopping place. And it starts with a lowercase letter. Another example, like for animals, it's so the name of your dog or cat, it could be FIFO. It starts with a capital letter F. And as in general, in sustantivos comunes or common nouns, it would be perro. That's just an example for animal. For object, okay, so the second classification would be by number. So singular, singular, and plural, plural. This is defined by number again, number. Or in Spanish, by número. Okay, so singular means that there's one of them, just one. Plural means that there's two or more, plus, two plus. So some examples, it would be, for example, lion, which is león in Spanish, and that's one. That's just one lion. In plural, it would be lions, 10 in English, and in Spanish it would be leones, 10, and then the E. Another example, it would be pen, that's esfero in Spanish. It just ends without an S. In plural, it would be pens esferos, which contains the S. So when you see an S or an ES, it means it's plural. It's two or more. When you don't see it, when it ends in another vowel or another consonant, una vocal o consonante, that it doesn't have an S or ES, it means it's singular, un sustantivo singular. Another example, it would be niña, which is girl. In plural, it would be niñas. That would be girls. Okay? So, classification for sustantivos and nouns is gender, which is género. It divides in between feminine, and masculine, which is femenino, and in Spanish, masculino. Okay, so another easy word to get it, it's female. And this one would be male. So some examples would be like the girl. The tricky part about the sustantivos with género or the nouns with gender is the articles. So in Spanish, the girl would be la niña. La, it's a feminine article because it ends with an A, and the noun ends with an A too. In masculine, the example would be the boy. The boy would be el niño. El niño ends with an O, and el is a masculine article, un artículo masculino. Another example would be for an animal, it would be the bear. In here, you cannot, in English, you cannot say if the bear would be a girl or a boy. But in this case, in Spanish, the bear, la osa, and it starts with an article that it's feminine, and it ends with an A. An example for masculine, which still the bear in English, but in Spanish would be el oso. El as a masculine article, un artículo masculino, and it ends with an O. So another thing to point out, sometimes there's exceptions in the Spanish language, like lápiz. As you see here, lápiz ends with a Z. So Z, you cannot really tell if it's an A or no, but it starts with an article that is masculine. Most of these sections are masculine, always masculine, most of them. So it would be el lápiz, and it ends in masculine. Another thing to point out. So if you want to use plural stuff. Las niñas. In general. So las niñas. Las niñas is feminine noun. Un sustantivo femenino. A. But as you can tell, it also contains the S, which is, as we learned before, plural. And as we learned before too, it's a common, un sustantivo común, because girls aren't specific. The girls are not specific. The girls is just a group in general.